A not so good morning, though, to Chiefs tackle Orlando Brown, who's expected to hold out of camp. So he and Kansas City reportedly not close to an extension, one that he wants. So not great news for Patrick Mahomes, whose touchdown total in the DK Sportsbook, 34.5, which he has gone over the past 2 years, but no Tyreek Hill. We all know that. You want over or under this number, Reed?
I got him right at 35, so I'm going to probably say under, even though that's over the 34 and a half, right? Just because the variance, when it comes down to it, right? We don't know how much of those touchdowns as Jeff leaves, like he usually does. We usually don't see it, right? Like the variance is how much does Tyreek Hill matter to this touchdown total, right? Like, yeah, I think he matters quite a bit because if he's not there, does someone like Travis Kelce get one-on-one coverage? Does someone like Demarcus Robinson, when he was there, get one-on-one coverage? I'd say quite a bit, right? And so I'm probably going to go under this. If you take a look at what Kansas City does, though, on second down, is they pass like 80% of the time, which is wild. I'd rather go to a guy like Brady, who I projected at 39 touchdowns at minus 110. He's over 35.5 right now, especially to Mike Evans.
All right, you can get plus money on the under here, Pierce.
Yeah, take the under. Tyreek leaving is going to be huge. As Reed mentioned, Travis Kelce is going to get a little bit more attention. He'll still be fine, but imagine you're the other defense. You no longer have to scheme or game plan for Tyreek Hill. You can pretty much cover all of your bases, and there's not very many bases to cover when you look at this Kansas City offense. Yeah, they got an MVS. Last year, he ranked 71st among 115 wide receivers. That's with the MVP quarterback and all the attention going over onto Devontae Adams. And that was his best season ever. He's not good. McCole Hardman is not a top 50 wide receiver. The running backs each rank in the bottom third, according to PFF. This offense is really weak. There's Travis Kelce. There's Patrick Mahomes. There's a decent line. And Orlando Brown, and he's more of a run-blocking lineman anyway, so I don't know if that's much of a big deal. The arrow is pointing downward for Kansas City, and every other team in the NFC West looks like they're going to go up.
Over or under 34.5 touchdowns for Mr. Patrick Mahomes, Jeff?
So everything Pierce said is correct, but it's still Patrick Mahomes. And guess what? Like Kansas City threw the ball almost basically 40 times per game last year. They're second most in terms of pass attempts. It's not going to go down. Ronald Jones isn't going to turn this team into like the 1985 New York Giants and run the ball 40 times a game. The other thing he mentioned is the other teams in the AFC West are really good. It just means more shootouts, more pass attempts for Patrick Mahomes. You give Patrick Mahomes volume, it almost doesn't matter who he's going to throw to. He's going to get there. So it's just not a player that I'm interested in taking unders on. I think that injuries will be the only thing that stops Mahomes because I think Kansas City will again be a top 5 team in terms of pass attempts per game because they're going to have to be. They're going to get in more shootouts this year. And you know what? Juju Smith-Schuster, MVS, Mecole Hardman, they're working with Patrick Mahomes. He's going to get there.